talked about the deterrence efforts. Of course, every time you do a swap or any kind of deal that offers anything in return for the freedom of an American, you are going to be barraged with questions about whether or not this is going to incentivize more hostage taking. In a situation like this one, we worked to get the Germans to release Vadim Krasikov, a convicted killer. In the case of Brittany Griner's release, it was the arms dealer Victor Boot. How do you weigh that moral question of letting someone who is convicted of very serious crimes go in return for the freedom of an innocent American?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the moral imperative outweighs the moral hazard. And as Secretary Blinken's fond of saying, that when we are willing to fight and struggle to bring home an innocent American, and the other side wants to bring home a convicted assassin or someone who might have been involved in drug trafficking, that says a lot about what they value, but it also says a lot about what we value. We value the lives of our citizens. We want them to come home. We want them to live in freedom. And that's very important to us. It really speaks to our values. And strangely, as I think you and I were also discussing earlier, common sense would dictate that if you made some of these trades, you would be incentivizing the other side to keep taking more Americans. But the math is just not proving that so. There was a time when I had 54 cases. We're now down to a little over 20. And you keep in mind, we kept adding cases. So we've brought back 50 Americans. Our numbers are getting to be quite low, and they're just not going up. We don't find that the other side is, as we say, restocking the pond by taking more Americans. So this comes down to what a country values and the responsibilities of the U.S. government with regards to its citizens that are taken. And in a way, I almost have to look at your case. I mean, you've been back for years now, and I'm glad you're back. And the things that you've been able to do in your life between, a birth, becoming a father, being able to raise a child, and the work that you've done in the field of journalism, the wonderful work that your wife has done. I mean, it speaks to the importance of bringing people back and letting them get on with their lives. And sometimes the president has to make hard decisions to make that happen.